think a lot about beliefs, shared beliefs, what we choose to believe in. So much of the paintings from the previous years looked at images of people believing in something. Often they were political protests, they were activists, they were crowds, people coming together, believing in something. And I think it's very easy to become cynical, to lose hope and see the past as something that failed. My name is Jaclyn Conley. I've been working on this series of paintings from fall 2023 through 2024, and they've been looking at different moments in art history and thinking about layering them with photographs, archived photographs from countercultural figures from the 1960s and 70s, and creating these different narratives, these different worlds that really indulge in storytelling and fiction. So I've collected many of these images over time and used them in different ways, but they are very specific. I think that's important, that they aren't just generalized found images of a type, but I can kind of recognize in many of them who the figures are, and that's a really interesting aspect of the work for me, that kind of research, the kind of connections that I can make from these archived photos. This is sort of the beginning of the work for me. This is some of what really gets me excited, is thinking about these actual lives that lived, and then the fictions that can be interpreted from them. The idea of the world painting is something that I became really interested in, and led me to reference so many of these paintings from this moment in history. And just the idea to capture something so expansive in a painting is interesting to me. The actual forms don't necessarily follow nature's forms as we expect them. And so the mountains become kind of molten in some of the areas, and that flows into these hillsides and water. Suns sort of recur through the paintings as well. There's often a sun or a moon or an eclipse. Thinking about tracking of time, thinking about seasons, things that recur, things that stay the same, and things that almost create a sense of awe for the figure in the space, something that is larger than themselves. Looking back at these figures, moving back to the land, and just broadly choosing a different way to be in the world. There's something inspiring about that. The kind of ambition in that seems important to look to now.